welcome to Survey of China. Today, we are going to discuss the general information of China, so we can have an overview picture about China. From the first picture, we can find the map of China, the national flag, and the national emblem. How much do you know about China? To begin with, let's look at the map of China. It is like the shape of an animal. What is your association with it? It is like cock or rooster. The head in the east, the tail in the west. Do you think so? Can you tell me the geographic location of China? Where is China? What is the size of China? Before we turn to discuss in detail, let's watch a short movie about the general information of China.
General information about China. Located in the east of the Asian continent and on the western shore of the Pacific Ocean, the People's Republic of China has a land area of about 9.6 million square kilometers. It is the largest country in Asia and the third largest country in the world, next only to Russia and Canada. China is a united, multi-ethnic nation of 56 ethnic groups and has a population of 1.3 billion. It has the largest population in the world. Beijing is the capital of China. This is Tiananmen Square in Beijing. China has 34 provincial administrative units, including 4 municipalities directly under the central government, 23 provinces, 5 autonomous regions, and 2 special administrative regions. This is the national flag of China. This is the national emblem of China. The national language and Chinese characters are the commonly used written language in China.
So, what can you learn from the short movie? Can you answer the following questions? First, where is China? Second, is China the largest country in the world? Fourth, how many ethnic groups are there in China? Fourth, where's China's capital city? Fifth, how many provinces are there in China? Sixth, what is China's national language? We will find the answers again later, after the following discussion. The official name of China is the People's Republic of China. Our national day is October 1st, 1949. In honor of the founding of the People's Republic of China. People in China now can have 7 days for public holidays to celebrate our national day. For one thing, I like to mention here, my students usually confused about another name of China, Republic of China. This is a different period of China before our People's Republic of China, established by Sun Yat-sen. Please do not make the two names. Our government focuses on the people. The slogan of China's government is to serve the people wholeheartedly. For the People's Republic of China, we also want to add a little bit of history about our government. With the introduction of Marxism and Leninism into China, and under the influence of October Revolution in Russia, the May 4th movement broke out in 1919, and in 1921, the Chinese Communist Party was founded, thus beginning a new period in Chinese history. After the anti-Japanese War and the Liberation War, the People's Republic of China was founded in 1949. One person we must mention here. He is our Chairman Mao, Mao Zedong, the first president for the People's Republic of China, very popular with people in China. If you want to know more about the contemporary China, it is better for you to read something about this great man. Here we also need to discuss something about Marxism and Leninism. Have you heard the name of Karl Marx and Lenin? Karl Marx was born in Germany at the beginning of the 19th century. He wrote Communist Manifesto and the Capital. Lenin was the revolutionary leader in Soviet Union in late 19th century. He developed Marxism and formed Leninism. Do you have any idea about the May 4th movement in 1919 in China? What is its influence on Chinese people? It is an important movement for Chinese people to begin to know Marxism. Marxism began to be spread in China. It was regarded as the beginning of China's new democratic revolution, and it also made preparation for the establishment of the Communist Party in China. Here, the anti-Japanese War refers to World War II in Asia. We fought against the Japanese invader during 1930s. And the Liberation War in China started from 1945 to 1949, after World War II. The Civil War in China. Our Communist Party against Kuomintang Party of Republic of China. Of course, our Communist Party gained the victory and established the new government, People's Republic of China. For today's China, we should know something about economic development and reform. Before 1949, China was economically backward. Now, she is one of the world's major economic power with greatest potential. Economic reform and the opening up are the two fundamental state policies of China. Economic reform began with the rural area in 1978 and were extended to the cities in 1984. We carry out both planning economy and market economy. If you ask me to define the type of country, I should say it is a socialism with Chinese characteristics. For our economic reform and the opening up, we always remember the name of Deng Xiaoping. He is regarded as the chief architect of China's reform. For our current president, of course everyone knows, he is President Xi Jinping, also very popular with Chinese people, even people all over the world. This is our national flag. The red color symbolizes revolution. The yellow color of the stars represents the golden brilliant ray radiating from the vast red land. The four smaller stars surrounding the bigger one signify the unity of Chinese people under the leadership of Communist Party of China, our ruling party. Here I'd like to discuss a bit more about the red color of our national flag. We Chinese people prefer color especially for happiness, for luck, for lots of good things. But here the red color of our national flag represents the sacrifice of those martyrs for the victory for our revolution. Let's look at China's national emblem. What can you find here in our emblem? The national flag, the Tiananmen rostrum, a wheel gill, and a ear of wheat. Composed of a pattern of national flag, the Tiananmen rostrum, a wheel gill, and a ear of wheat, it symbolized the new democratic revolution of the Chinese people since the May 4th movement in 1919 and the birth of a new China under the People's Democratic Dictatorship led by the working class on the basis of worker-peasants alliance. What I want to clarify here is the word, the People's Democratic Dictatorship. Some students tend to associate dictatorship with some terrible names like Nazi, Hitler. In fact, our People's Democratic Dictatorship emphasizes the centralization, not decentralization. People under the leadership of our Communist Party. Next is about our national anthem, March of Volunteers. The lyrics was written by the poet Tian Han, and the music was composed by the composer Nie Er, honoring those who went to the front to fight the Japanese invaders in northeast China in 1930s. Let's read the lyrics together. March of the Volunteers. Arise, ye who refuse to be slaves. Let's amount our flesh and blood towards our new Great War. The Chinese nation faces its greatest peril. The thundering roll of our peoples will be heard. Arise, arise, arise. We are many, but our hearts beat as one. Selfishly braving the enemy's gunfire, march on. Selfishly braving the enemy's gunfire, march on. March on, march on, on. After reading the lyrics, what is your feeling about it? Touched, moved, motivated, encouraged, a passion for fight for the country? Some students say it is similar feeling to the French song Internationale for French Revolution. China's national capital is Beijing. Some students say it is similar feeling to the French song Internationale for French Revolution. China's national capital is Beijing. Beijing is not only the national political center, but also serves as its economic, scientific, and cultural heart. There are many places of historic interest and scenic beauty in Beijing, such as Forbidden City, the Imperial Palace, Temple of Heaven, a platform for the Ming and the Qing emperors to perform sacrifices and solemn rites. Summer Palace, the largest Asian preserved garden in China. The stately and majestic mausoleums of 13 Ming Dynasty emperors. The world-renowned Badaling section of the Great Wall. These are all famous scenic spots in Beijing. Hope you all have chance to visit these historic interests. Then let us discuss the administrative divisions in China. According to the Constitution of PRC, China's administrative units are currently based on a three-tier system, dividing the nation into provinces, counties, and townships. The country is divided into provinces, autonomous regions, and municipalities directly under the central government. The provinces and the autonomous regions are divided into autonomous prefectures, counties, autonomous counties, and cities. Counties and autonomous counties are divided into township, minority townships, and towns. At present, China has 23 provinces, 5 autonomous regions, 4 municipalities directly under the central government. Hong Kong and Macau are 2 special administrative regions. For the population, of course you know China, officially the People's Republic of China, is comfortably the largest country in the world today. Currently, in 2018, the number of people is just over 1.4 billion, accounting for 18.67% of the world population. When PRC was founded in 1949, China had a population of 541.67 million. Since the late 1970s, the Chinese government has been implementing the policy of a family planning, or one-child policy. However, with the development of society, considering lots of social factors, Chinese government decided to change the child policy recently and began to carry out two-child policy starting from January 1st, 2016. The country will be allowed to have 2 children after the opening of the second child, as long as you are only one child of a couple. You can legally give birth to a second child. If you want to have a second child, you can contact the township or street family planning office directly. Speaking of distribution of ethnic group, from the hinterland of the north to the lush jungles in the south, from the mountains of Taiwan in the east to the top of the world in the west, China serves as home to 56 ethnic groups. The largest group, Han, makes up over 91.59% of China's vast population. And the word uses the term of Han culture to refer to Chinese culture. Equality, unity, mutual assistance, and a common prosperity are the basic principles of the Chinese government in handling the relations between ethnic groups. In accordance with these basic principles, China practices a regional ethnic autonomy system in which ethnic groups live in compact communities and autonomous organs of self-government are established under unified leadership of the state. For China's political system, I like to talk about the following things. The Constitution of the People's Republic of China is the fundamental law of the state. The National People's Congress is the highest organ of the state power. The Communist Party is the sole party in power in China. Multi-party cooperation and political consultation under the leadership of CPC is the basic political system in China. The State Council, or the Central People's Government of People's Republic of China, is the executive body of the highest organ of state power and the highest organ of state administration.